And I think naturally our human instinct is, oh my God, this thing I'm putting all of this effort into, am I wasting my time? Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to talk about the trending topic, YouTubers quitting. Made a little note here. MKBHD referenced this treadmill of YouTube.
There's been a lot of YouTubers quitting. It's like a treadmill. The skill is finding what speed on the treadmill actually works for you.
So I sat down the other day and just started writing down some things that I've learned about being a YouTuber, being on this platform. For those of you who don't know, again, my name is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. I've been doing this for 8 years now. So I started this channel out really with no direction. As a 33-year-old construction project manager, I started to use YouTube as a way to start creating and maybe try to figure out some inspiration for a new path in that career. And maybe I'll get into that in another video because it's probably a whole topic in and of itself. As I'm recording this video, I've posted almost 550 videos. I've got 63-ish thousand subscribers, almost 20 million lifetime views on the channel. And that's pretty crazy for just a regular guy, picked up a camera and kind of started recording. Now, even with my channel being modest at best in terms of size, in the matter of 8 years, this channel has earned $116,000 in AdSense revenue. Now, you could probably make more in 8 years driving for Uber if you really wanted to kind of magnify this out. But for me, YouTube has always been something that was more of, the longer vision than it was short-term income. So there's some real money to be made on this platform as you start to scale up. But I think where you're starting to see some of these YouTubers quitting is a little bit of, you're kind of watching, I liken this to a retirement party. If somebody had an opportunity to forego their retirement pizza party and make an announcement that they could monetize on their way out, they probably would do that. And that's kind of how YouTube works. I look at a channel like Casey Neistat, who maybe retired, but you never really retire with YouTube. It goes on forever. I mean, you could not post a video for 2 or 3 years, and when the inspiration strikes, pick up your camera and kind of start going again. There's a little bit of a shock and awe factor for the YouTuber quitting genre. So I came up with this graph, and it's very crass, but you've got your subscribers. I've got 0 to 100,000. I feel like 100,000 is kind of like you've made it officially as like potentially a full-time YouTuber. And then you've got it's too hard to figuring it out, which kind of goes on forever. And you have these people who shot up very early on. This is actually sadder to me than some of this stuff on the lower end of just kind of putting on your boots and trucking through the mud of YouTube for many, many years. This makes it appear as if it's really easy, and then they kind of plateau out and have to just kind of figure it out. This path is kind of where I put the Mr. Beasts of the world and maybe some of the larger platform people that you watch. They figure out the recipe and they just kind of end up on this rather steady growth trajectory. The red one is kind of where I see a lot of people just kind of peter out, where they maybe get to like 1,000 subscribers and then they just say, it's not going like I wanted, like this, or, maybe on that giant trajectory. So those are the people who are like, this is way harder than I thought. I'm not really figuring out the secret sauce, and I'm just going to quit here. So everybody's journey in this path of YouTube is very, very unique. So what are the 10 things that I've kind of put together to share with my viewers? None of these things are really more important than the other, because without one, you kind of don't have the other, and the channels will eventually kind of peter out. So number one, mindset. So you can look today and start seeing some of these YouTubers that are announcing quitting, and instead of being demoralized, actually look at this as an opportunity, dream big, and figure, okay, great, get out of my way. Here I come. I'm going to start making some content. You really have to have this I am going to succeed mentality, but also maintain a very important sense of being humble on this journey. If you only have the dream big mentality without the humble component, you will absolutely peter out rather quickly as you realize, like, hey, this dream is way harder than I thought. Number two, do not compare yourself to others unless it is for motivation. I have seen this far too often. Oh, this person started after me. They grew faster than me. My content's better than this person. If you get into that world of why them, not me? You'll find this journey to be very, very difficult. It can be a cancer to your mindset. Rising tides raise all ships on this platform, and even people you don't like, if you watch their channel blowing up, that's just one more opportunity for eyeballs to see their channel and the algorithm to recommend your content if you are in the same niche to continue on growing alongside with them as well. Number 3, set low expectations. This is not meant to be said to set expectations so low that you will not achieve your goals. I believe that having the vision that you can become, I've said before, I will reach 1 million subscribers. I might be 65 years old by the time I do it, but I will get there. And I've always kept that mindset. Keep those expectations low so that you can celebrate your wins and that you're not just constantly out there chasing some pie in the sky dream and never achieving it, because you will eventually get to the point where you say, hey, I'm not reaching that massively high expectation I set for myself. I quit. Number 4, it is a long game. I've been at this for 8 years at 65,000 subscribers. I could kind of kick myself and say I should be further along in the journey than I am. But checking back in with mindset, it's more important to look at, what are the opportunities that I've created in this channel? What has come my way because of it? Again, I'll probably get into another video on that in the future. So it's a long game. Remind yourself it is a long game. And in that process, the next point that I want to make, number 5, your brand is more important than their brand. I have seen brands that have provided financial sponsorship to channels because of sloppy product execution on their end, actually ended up damaging YouTuber brand reputation. The moment your viewers don't trust anything you say because of one bad brand that you might have pushed on the channel, it might take years to recover from that. So I can't say this enough. Be very, very cautious of the brands that you align yourself with. Your brand is far more valuable than theirs. Number 6, a niche. For now, this flies in the face of everything you hear about how to be a successful YouTuber. I could have undoubtedly grown way faster if I stuck with trucks, if I stuck with motorcycles, or if I stuck with tech. I would be further ahead. But I would also be, in my journey, closer to probably getting to the point of just lost interest and maybe petered out somewhere over here and just kind of gave up. I have seen plenty of YouTubers just blow up on a niche. That niche then becomes a full-time job. That hobby then becomes no longer fun, and their channel either disappears or you start to see it kind of come through in their content where they're like, I don't think this person's really all that excited about what they're talking about. In the world of motorcycles, it's only so many videos you can make about how to shift a motorcycle or how to change the brakes or how to do an oil change on a Harley Davidson. There's only so much that you can do before not only you get tired, your audience get tired, and also the platform is just saturated in that content. I think it's very unsustainable. So that gets into number 7. Personality traits, I think, are huge. At the end of the day, if people don't like you, they're not going to come back and watch your videos. So get comfortable and be you. So number 8, be consistent. In spurts. People take this consistent thing too seriously and they burn themselves out. There's nothing wrong with posting a video every Friday at 2 p.m. and having that schedule. Sure, if you can do it, great, but most people can't. Don't beat yourself up about it. Maybe set more, how do I be consistent over the course of a month or a quarter? And then that way you can kind of hit them whenever you do, and you're being consistent over the course of a longer duration as opposed to a weekly set schedule. I just think it's unsustainable for long-term sticking around on the platform. It's more of a recipe for burnout and quit. Number 9, people are going to view this wrong, but do it for the money. If you're doing it as a hobby, I think your goal should be, how do I get this hobby to at least bring in enough money to support the hobby? That's a pretty cool metric to meet, but in that mindset, you're still being humble, but you're doing it for the money. I think just in terms of my channel, I've enjoyed just watching the money grow, but even watching the money shrink. I've had years, this one is one of them, this past year, 2023, where I put out less videos than I had the year before. Sure, you can look at the money and be like, oh, that sucks. It was less money than the year before. But you can also look at it and go, oh yeah, but it was also less level of effort. Number 10, just keep in mind, it is YouTube. I hate to say it, but YouTube it's a bit of a lottery. Yes, you've got to do all of the things that you see these giant YouTubers do and do very well. If you really look contextually at YouTube, there is unfortunately a bit of a lottery component to it. You'll listen to Mr. Beast tell you that he can recreate a new channel and a new genre and blow it up to 1 million subscribers tomorrow. He's probably right. That is an anomaly. It is not the norm, nor should it be the bar that people should set for their own success, because if everybody is trying to be Mike Tyson the day they get in the ring, I would say 999,999 people are going to get knocked out in a split second, and one of them is going to be successful. There's plenty of people that will sell you their journey of success as if it's a roadmap. However, there's also a infinite amount of people behind them who have done very similar executions, maybe even before that person you've seen hit ultra success, who didn't get there. So just keep that in mind. It is still just YouTube, and you've just got to keep that in mind. You've got to keep that in that mindset, kind of going back to point number one. So with that being said, guys, again, this probably got longer than I anticipated. I'll try my best to edit it down, but I really wanted to help provide a little bit of context to some of the things you need to focus on so you don't get to the point of quitting. But hey, if you really get to the point where you have millions and millions of subscribers and you can post the video announcing that you're quitting, that gets monetized and makes a boatload of money in the process, good for you. But not everybody's going to have that kind of journey. And I just wanted to help maybe provide a little bit of motivation to other YouTubers who, like myself, see those kinds of videos. And I think naturally our human instinct is, oh my God, this thing I'm putting all of this effort into, am I wasting my time? And I don't think that you are. So keep on trucking. It's a long game. You're going to have ebbs and flows through the journey of your channel. Everybody is on their own trajectory, and just keep, your mind in check as you go through this process. And if you're a viewer of YouTube, I hope you found this kind of interesting to see maybe a little bit behind the curtain of things that I think are maybe just blown out of proportion. I think it's just kind of a weird niche now to quit on YouTube, which is kind of fine, I suppose. But with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'm still trying to grow this thing. I'm not quitting anytime soon. I will see you guys next time.